On Invertebrate Planet, it's Baily, the bivalve hunter, followed by Marvels of Nature's Beauties, only on Invertebrate Planet.
We're about to enter the world of the bivalve. On a tiny island called Piver's Island, located in the Beaufort Inlet on the coast of North Carolina and the home of Duke University's Marine Laboratory, it is here that we will begin our search for these headless, burrowing, soft-bodied, hard-shelled creatures known as bivalves.
G'day mate, I'm Baily the Bivalve Hunter, and today I'm taking you into the heart of bivalve territory. In just a couple of minutes, I'll plunge over the sea wall and try to capture a bivalve. But first, we better learn a little bit more about these blokes.
Bivalves are a member of the phylum Mollusca and are characterized by the shell that is divided from front to back into left and right valves, which are connected at a hinge. These soft-bodied animals live inside these two shells, and unlike typical mollusks, they have lost their head and their radula. These animals can range in size from about 1 millimeter in length to as big as 55 inches in the case of the giant clam. Crikey! Such an animal could have a life as long as 40 years. Most bivalves are marine, and you can find them at all depths of the ocean and in almost any kind of substrate. They burrow into the substrate using their muscular foot and then extend their siphons to collect food particles with their teneda, which are modified gills. As you can see here, the bivalve will open its shell slightly to extend its blade-like, laterally compressed foot and dig into the substrate. It then will sharply close its shell valves, forcing water out of the mantle cavity of the animal and into the burrow to make space for it to use its pedal retractors to pull the shell downward, deeper into the substrate. If you look closely, you can even see the siphons sticking out of the clamshells. Just gorgeous. Now, one of these siphons is used to bring water into the animal through its gills, which you can see here. The gills in bivalves, although they're a little different between species, function both in respiration and to capture food for the animal. Talk about killing two birds with one stone, eh? Once the gills have captured the food particles, the ingestible particles are separated from the ones it doesn't need, and those will go out the other siphon, the excurrent siphon.
Now that we know what we're looking for, let's go try and catch us a bivalve. Alright, we should be able to find some down in the substrate just off this here wall. But I have to be careful, because look, oysters. If I fall and cut myself on one of these shells, I could bleed out and die. Woo! That was a close one. Just look at these razor-sharp shells. Danger, danger, danger. Woo! Alright. We gotta look very closely to try to find the holes which will tell us where these little blokes have burrowed themselves down. I think I found one! Look over here! Look at this hole! Right there! I bet you there's a bivalve down in that hole! Right there. Alright, now we dig. guys can burrow themselves down pretty far. Nope. Could be down further. Gotta keep digging. Oh, I think I got one. Nope, it's a rock. I have to dig a little bit deeper to find it. Oh, I think I got one. Oh, look at that. Would you take a look at that? Look at it. Rinse it off there. Oh, beautiful. Just look at it. It's a cowhog. Species name, Mercenaria. Oh, would you look at that? Beautiful. Let's take them back and take a look inside, shall we? Now that we found one, let's see if we can find a little bit bigger one so we can take a look at a big one back in the lab. Sometimes they be in the water here, so you just gotta walk around a little bit, try to find it. See what we got here. Crikey! Oh my goodness! Oh my! You're never gonna believe this! Oh, beautiful! It's a pen shell! Oh, I haven't found one of these in quite some time. Oh, and it's still alive. Oh, this is gonna be great! Let's go take a look at it in the lab.
So what we have here, this is the umbo, it's the oldest part of the clam. And this end is the anterior end, this is the posterior. We have the dorsal and the ventral sides, making this the left valve, and this the right. Now that we're all oriented, let's go ahead and crack this shell open. Okay, so we got her open. Let's see what we got here. This right here is the anterior adductor muscle, and this is the posterior adductor muscle. This is what keeps the clam closed. This is the foot, which it extends to burrow down into the substrate like we saw earlier. These guys, this yellow stuff right in here, let's see if we can see this yellow stuff, those are the gonads. And then the gills should be down at the base of this foot down here. Can't really see them because I sort of cut through them when I was trying to open up the clam. But there you have it. That's the inside of a clam. Alright, well you know what I always say, only kill one bivalve a day. And since we already dissected that clam, we're just going to have a look here at the outside of this here pen shell. Now, if you take a look, it's got 15 rows of these erect, spiky-like spines on it, making this the rigid type of pen shell. Now, you can kind of see inside here. Now watch this. If I kind of stick this in here, poke around a bit, maybe she, oh, see that? She closed her shell on me. Alright, well, that's all we have for today. I'm Baily the Bivalve Hunter. Until next time. Crikey!
Stop talking.